everybody. All right, happy Friday to everybody. Today we're doing another open topic. We can talk about anything and everything, whether you want to talk about from movies, gaming, comics, anime, collectibles, whatever it is, we can go ahead and we can do that. You all know how I do with these random live streams, and like I said, just open topic. We could talk about anything just for fun of it, of course. And while we wait for these notifications, as always, and stuff like that, make sure to hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. I want to thank everybody that's been showing the support, all that good stuff. So, you know, whatever it is, just go ahead and drop it and we'll talk about it because why not? Like I said, it's always good to interact with y'all and stuff like that. And to me, it's always a joy to, interact with y'all on whatever it is that we're talking about and stuff like that. So, especially with today's entertainment on whatever it is, it's always a good thing, So hopefully y'all been having a good week, just been pretty much busy with just random stuff and, working on this comic issue too, and just trying to get things rolling with that second issue and all that. So, but besides that, there's just not a lot of updates, news since the last time and stuff. So, again, it happens sometimes, Jack, what's up? Appreciate you for tuning in. Like I said, today's open topic, so we can pretty much talk about whatever it is today, and just here hanging out. We'll see how many people join today and things like that. So hopefully everybody's having a good Friday. I know it's the beginning of the weekend, so I know everybody's looking forward to it and stuff like that. So I know it's been a long week and all that good stuff. So we're finally here, which is always the important part. There's been a lot of things that have been dropping out. I know I've been talking about with Transformers, so you all know that I'm a huge Transformers fan and stuff like that. So that's always fun and stuff like that. Lieutenant, thanks for joining in. Appreciate that. James Gunn, he might what? Christina Hudson about Batman. James Gunn should go to court. I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, I don't really I'm not really interested in James Gunn stuff. Recon, what's up? Appreciate you for joining. Also, just here hanging out with y'all and stuff like that. So again, we could talk about anything and everything just because today's open panel. Pretty much open topic. My bad. Open topic. We could just chill and I guess just talk about whatever y'all want to talk about, whether it's movies, gaming, collectibles, the industry. you know, it's always good. Austin, what's up? You already know it. Restore the Bayverse. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's a lot of news and updates that are dropping about that too. Yep, Restore the Bayverse. I know more people want to see more Transformer stuff, and that's always a plus. It's a good. It's been a while, and I think by now, we just want to see good movies, especially when it comes to these Transformers, man. That's what I love about Michael Bay when it comes to his type of movies with the Transformers, just because it's like they're just fun. That's all it is, They're just fun movies, and that's what it's all about. And talking about fun, did you guys hear that Fast and the Furious apparently now it's gonna be coming out in 2028? So that's gonna be in March. So we're looking at another like 2.5 years, So that's a bummer. I wanted to see it. Supposedly it was supposed to come out this year because remember, let's not forget like what it was like 3 or 4 years ago, the writers strike that delayed everything, and now that's pushing this back for what is it, Fast 11, I guess, and that kind of sucks. I wanted to see it already, so it would have been nice to finally get it this year, but now it's coming out on March 2028. So yeah, if you pretty much think about it, it's like 3 years from now. So yeah, it's gonna be a while. By the time that movie drops, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna be interested anymore. Because I don't know. I don't even know what they want to do with it. Hopefully it's really worth it when it comes out. But I don't know. I don't even know what to think about that anymore. So that hopefully that I mean, damn, 2028, man. That's still a long time from now, honestly. Um, what is it? Oh, you're gonna be watching the Royal Rumble this weekend? Yeah, I forgot about that. That's what's going on this weekend. So, yeah, enjoy it. I might check it out. I don't know. I haven't watched wrestling in such a long time. Yeah, I want quality too, not goofy crap. Yep, yeah. We just want good movies. That's it. I don't know what's so hard for these movies to be made. Where we can all enjoy them and stuff like that. You finished rewatching Transformers 2007 on Paramount Plus earlier today. Nice. I actually wanted to rewatch the first one Before I did this live stream, I was like, damn, I kind of feel like watching it, but then I'm like, you know what? Nah, let me just do a live stream and stuff. Raheem, what's up? Vin will be more 65 in 2028. Yeah, man, that sucks. I really was looking forward to it. You know, this damn writer's strike when it hit, like, man, that just slowed everything down, man. Like it slowed down so many productions and stuff like that. But I don't know. 2028 seems like a long time. That's just like GTA. I doubt it's gonna come out this year. I think GTA is gonna get delayed again. You know, like I don't really think they're gonna release it. They're just saying that, but yeah, I don't really think that they're gonna be releasing it this year. Let's see. Honestly, I feel like they should have stopped at Furious 7. Yeah, I get you. I can understand that. A lot of people feel that way too. So it is what it is. You know, I've enjoyed all of them. You know, but again, the Fast and the Furious is no longer what it used to be. You know, like it has gotten out of control more and more. But they're fun movies. You know, that's all that matters. That they're fun and people enjoy them. You know, they make money at the box office, which is always good. You know, for the studio, and you know for sure they're gonna put out another one. So hopefully the next one, you know, it lives up to the previous one. 11 was a little, what it was, 10, Fast 10 was a little bit, you know, when they went to space, I was like, what the hell, you know, but at this point I'm like, screw it. I'm like, it is what it is, you know. So they're just fun movies. That's what it matters, you know. In the end, I think that's all that matters, that they're fun movies, you know. Even though they're stupid fun, I'm good with that. You know, I don't have a problem with that and stuff like that. So now when it comes to DC, that's a different story. You know, it's like I don't like DC to be the way it is right now. It's silly and ridiculous. You know, and it's clear by now. You know, people have had enough with those type of movies. You know, that's why I like what Marvel is doing with Doomsday and what they're setting up with it. So whatever they're cooking with that, that should be very very interesting this year. You know, it sucks that we have to wait all the way literally to the end of the year just to see that movie, but I'm actually looking forward to that movie, so we'll see what that's gonna bring. Are you kidding? Writer strike for Fast and Furious, bro. Fast and Furious doesn't have writers. Come on, man. I get Raheem. I get you though. I get you, man. No, I'm just talking in general. The whole writer strike thing, that it just affected everything in Hollywood. You know, even the movie was crap. I mean, that just affected everybody. Remember, there are so many people out there just protesting just for the hell of it, you know, and some people didn't even know what the hell was going on. So that delayed, you know, a bunch of things in the entertainment, games, movies, you know, shows, all that stuff. So, you know, it just unfortunately, again, it was just another agenda they were pushing, you know, greedy ass writers and people in Hollywood trying to get more, you know, for the work that they've done. That's why they're getting replaced with AI. So yeah, jokes on them, you know. And talking about AI, I'm not sure if some of y'all heard, but what is it now that I guess SAG after they're teaming up with programs to do AI stuff. So yeah, it's the AI stuff is here. It's here to stay. Nobody's gonna change it, and I guess now you know, this is it's gonna become like Skynet. It's just a matter of time, you know. I know earlier today I was around my area and you know going around downtown and stuff like that, there was a bunch of robots, literally those little carts. I'm not sure if you guys have that in your area, and I only bring it up just because we're talking about like AI, and you know, just it just goes to that real quick. And it's incredible when you see these little carts, you know, like delivering food, and you know, but it's pretty funny, and I'm like, damn, this is like, you know, like what we've seen in movies and stuff. It's just a matter of time before we see a bunch of them on the road. And when you see people walk on the sidewalk, they literally move to the side, you know. And it just gives me Terminator vibes. I'm like, this is how they introduce all this stuff slowly. You know, it's like, oh, it's cute. You know, it's adorable. People, oh, okay, they normalize it, and then next thing you know, it's just things come from that later on. So yeah, we're moving fast into the future. You know, it's pretty scary in the real world when you think about it and stuff like that. And it's just a matter of time we start seeing drones, you know, flying around, and I know Amazon is doing it, and I think it was Walgreens that they're doing like small deliveries with small packages and stuff like that. So I haven't seen one yet, but yeah, they should be out there too. So yeah, it's kind of wild when it comes to that stuff. What is it? The will to change the name the old Furious when it comes down to 2028. You're gonna see Vin Diesel in the turbo wheelchair. Yeah, just like we've been seeing on the memes and stuff. If Fast Forever is the last Fast and Furious movie, I guess this is it. It's supposed to be. We'll see what happens though. I mean, I yeah, I think at this point they should just end it and stuff. Instead of cars, they will be riding in wheelchairs in an old folks' home. Yeah. Unfortunately, AI is quickly advancing. Yeah, AI is too scary. AI is really scary, honestly. Yeah, it's like, man, it's all they need is just a scan of your face, and that's it. It's over. They can make all type of videos with you and stuff like that. Same thing with your voice and stuff. It's wild. It's wild. People could just mimic it, and that's it. It's like it falls into the wrong hands. That's all it takes. That's all it is. The T in your area, we have T800s for cops and the ED 209s for security at Walgreens. Wow, that's pretty scary, but yeah, that's how it's becoming. Everything is it's moving way too fast. Technology is just way too fast right now and stuff like that. Too bad that they're not using that right to make good movies, or good games and things. I mean, even the gaming industry is taking a toll right now. Kind of sucks. Where it's like we really don't have good games for PS5. And I'm like, we just got the Switch too. And it's like, yo, where's the good games? They're just transporting games from the old console, from the previous Wii. I mean, not the Wii, the Switch. And then now they're putting it into the Switch too. I'm like, where's the good games? It's like, where's the original stuff? Nah, everything's just being ported. And then they keep doing the same thing on PS5. I'm so sick and tired. How many versions of The Last of Us do we really need? It's like, yo, we got it from PS3, PS4, PS5, like, yo, like I'm sick and tired of seeing that how many times they have to re-release it and stuff like that. It's pretty nuts when it comes to that. Did you hear AI became self-aware? Well, that's how it is. James Cameron, he said it. He was like, "Yo, I tried telling y'all with Terminator." So, yeah, this whole AI stuff is just it's just way too fast. I'm not surprised, but at the same time, I'm kind of surprised, and I think it's a good thing that we don't have flying cars because I don't think people are ready for that. We are not ready for flying cars. Hell no. I think probably another 100 years, then I guess introduce it, but right now, nah, we're just not ready for none of that. Do you think about the Starfleet Academy? Well, what do you think about the Starfleet Academy? Not sure. I'm not really familiar with that, but if it's something in the industry, I'm not up to date, so I have no idea what you're even talking about. How was my weekend? Well, the weekend starts today, so I'm ready to just chill, hang out, and do what I got to do on the weekend and stuff like that. So, it's always good. Hopefully, we all have a good weekend and all that. Yeah, but besides that, like I said, nothing major has dropped. I mean, the only thing that did drop that I came across today, apparently there's a rumor going around that it looks like James Gunn wants to direct Batman Brave and the Bold because it looks like Andy Muschietti is going to be so busy with it and HBO Max, so he's gonna be very occupied with that. And it looks like James Gunn wants to step up and fully direct all 100% Batman Brave and the Bold. And looking at it, I think he might do it just because one, that's what he wants to do with like he did with Superman. He wants to claim the rights to that in the sense of, well, I'm the one that did that Batman. And probably Andy Muschietti's like, yo, you've been taking too long, and like he's getting his opportunity with it. And what's that, the Dairy, whatever that show is with it? I don't know. I don't really care about it. So he's gonna be busy with that and stuff like that. So good for him. Andy Muschietti's good at that. Stick to what you're good at, and let HBO Max just handle that part. But yeah, most likely it looks like James Gunn will be directing, from what sources and rumors are coming out, that he's going to be himself making Batman Brave and the Bold, and he's gonna be working with Christina Hudson. That's why he's defending her because she's the one doing the writing, but he's doing co-writing. He's just a ghostwriter. He doesn't want credit. But now hearing all these rumors is starting to make sense and add up that yeah, he's gonna be part of this production and he's gonna be something in charge of it and stuff like that. So oh, Star Trek Academy on Paramount. I'm not a Star Trek fan, so I don't know. I don't keep up with Star Trek, unfortunately. This is not my type of movies or shows and stuff like that. James Gunn is like Gary Oldman, everyone. Hell no to flying cars. Most people can't drive regular cars. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. It's also rumored that the Jimmy Olsen series will start filming around the same time Gunn films Man of Tomorrow. Yeah, they're gonna probably start filming that very soon. I was reading too. So yeah, again, more slops. It's on the way. With James Gunn and his DCU. So all he cares about is just whatever's remaining with him. I don't see him lasting very much longer, and I don't think so, honestly. That once this Netflix deal goes through, I don't see him around anymore. I really don't. I think they're gonna just not extend his contract. Hopefully that's what happens, but I'm just speculating. I don't know if that's what's gonna happen, but I don't think I don't think after Man of Tomorrow there's anything else. I think Man of Tomorrow for James Gunn is gonna be that's it, his done, legacy, and that's it. He's gonna be returning fast to Marvel. So I would not be surprised if Marvel has reached out to him and say, hey, you wanna come back? We need Guardians of the Galaxy because we're setting up this big universe with with Doomsday and Secret Wars and stuff. So we need those characters. And when we look at it, yeah, it would make sense. You need Guardians of the Galaxy within that universe. I mean, they were part of the last, Avengers and stuff like that. So yeah, they're part of the whole Marvel, the MCU and stuff like that. So yeah, that would be a very, very I guess key important thing for whatever Secret Wars is gonna be and the whole Avengers IP. James Gunn's trashed 89 Batman and Nolan films. So he's the top choice. Shaking my damn head. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So falls the House of DC. Yep, yep, yep. That's exactly how it's coming down. Jimmy Olsen is gonna be another Pissmaker show. Yeah, it's probably gonna be even much more sillier than that. And they're gonna make him look like a playboy. Like if Peacemaker got away with the whole orgy scene, they're probably gonna pull off Jimmy Olsen like he's the playboy. You get what I'm saying? Like he's the straight player, and they're probably gonna add another orgy scene to that. I would not be surprised. So and if James Gunn's, of course, he has his hand all over it. Yeah, for sure, we're gonna see some more raunchy stuff. I mean, we saw kind of glimpse of it, teases and hints in Superman. So yeah, they try to make him look like he was a stud. So yeah, I don't know, James Gunn. I bet Gunn will cast Don Lemon as Batman. Clayface will look like a bad CG. Yeah, I want to see what they're gonna do with that. Honestly, Gunn only takes credit when it's successful. When it flops, he blames others. Yep, yep, yep. That's how he is, and I think that's what he's doing with Supergirl. To be honest with you, I think he knows that Supergirl is gonna flop, so he's like, let me not get my name attached to it. So when it tanks, boom, he has no attachment to it. He's gonna clean his hands, but he can't do the same thing with Peacemaker. And we've already seen season one. I didn't see season two, and I don't even plan on it. But just hearing how everybody, even the ratings, they're like, yeah, that show was trash. The first season was a lot better, meaning more people tuned in compared to the second one. It's just telling you, yeah, like, and that's James Gunn. That's 100% him. Creature Commandos, that's 100% him. So yeah, like he can't wipe his hands clean from the disaster that he's been leaving behind. If they keep David, then Gunn isn't going anywhere. Yeah, yeah, exactly. If they do, I agree with you. The problem is Zaslav. He will fight for Gunn to stay. Yep, yep. That's what, like I said, as long as David Zaslav is still attached to some power with WB, unfortunately, nothing's gonna change. We have to get him out of there, and looking at it now, like very, very close, it nearly looks almost impossible, just because he's so like deep rooted in in Warner Brothers and stuff. So he has to be out 100%. Yeah, Man of Tomorrow will be the conclusion to Gunn's DCU. Yeah, hopefully. Kevin Feige, for the love of God, do not take James Gunn back to Marvel. In the end, Marvel, Disney, they're all deep in bed with everything that's agendas. So like that's not gonna change. They'll be low key about it, but it's forever gonna be there. Like Disney has gotten so big that that's what they literally cater to. So I mean, it sucks, but at this point, it's like, damn, like just don't ruin Avengers. That's how I'm saying. It's like, don't ruin that. They already ruined Captain America, but hopefully not with this one. What is this? The AM what? P is the source of WB constantly copying Marvel. WB is always copying Marvel, always, and then Marvel's always copying. They're always copying each other. I mean, it sucks, but they've been doing that since since the beginning, I guess. If Man of Tomorrow flops, James Gunn is done. Yeah, yeah, he should be done now. It's a crime that he continues to keep going. I'm like, yo, it just baffles me. I'm like, how the hell? James Gunn might get key campy, silly Batman DCU. Oh, for sure, it's gonna be extremely campy, and it's gonna probably be like silly up the ass, like straight up, like too much comedy. They're gonna add Gun turn Olsen into Tim Meadows from the Ladies Man. Yeah, I don't want to see a goofy Batman. Oh, you better get ready. We're gonna see a goofy Batman. Unfortunately, Austin, that's what James Gunn is gonna cook, and he's gonna deliver. We saw it with Superman. Superman 2025 is proof, and we're starting to see it now with Supergirl. So yeah, it's just the same rinse and repeat pattern with them. So that's how he cooks, if they want to say. People are talking more about Masters of the Universe, and no one's talking about Supergirl. Yep, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. More people are excited for Masters of the Universe than they are with that trash of Supergirl. Straight up, I agree with you. James Gunn will direct Batman: Brave and the Bold. The fans will be mad with DCU. Yeah, yeah, they're turning on him now. So yeah, it's not a surprise, honestly. Just seeing how everything is coming out with them, it's not a shocker, honestly, at this point. If Christina Hudson gets hired by Disney for the live action remake or a MCU film or a Star Wars movie, I'm going to be surprised. It'll flop either way. Yeah, yeah. Don't be surprised if that does happen. If she ends up going over there and they got rid of Kathleen Kennedy and then they open the door for Christina Hudson, it's over. It's game over for them too. You know, like whatever IP she's gonna touch, yeah, she's just gonna ruin it. She already ruined the Flash. She already ruined Birds of Prey. You know, she unfortunately ruined Bumblebee. I mean, yeah, I mean the writing on Bumblebee was terrible. And now, and Batgirl, we never saw Batgirl, so we don't know what was in there. So you know, I mean, who knows? But yeah, I guess you know, and now she's gonna ruin Batman: Brave and the Bold. So yeah, that's what it is with them. David's fighting hard to protect James Gunn. Yeah, yeah, he's doing everything that he can. I agree with you. He's doing everything that he can. Marvel will come back. Hold on, my bad, my bad. Marvel will welcome Gunn back, even if he's a even he's a peace scumbag. Yeah, yeah, that's how they roll. That's how they roll. They push their agendas like that. That's that's how they push it. You know. James Gunn is not a fan of Chris Nolan, but he's not a fan of Michael Keaton, Batman '89. No, that's resurfacing again. So he talked a lot of crap about, you know, Batman '89 with Tim Burton, Michael Keaton, and Christopher Nolan. He doesn't like it. That's why if you see how the Flash is, it makes sense. That's literally James Gunn giving notes to Andy Muschietti saying, "Hey, we want to delete Michael Keaton's Batman, no matter which point of view you see it." James Gunn's job is just to screw everything up, and he's been doing a fantastic job at it. Unfortunately, that's what he's good at. Lightskin, what's up? Appreciate you for joining us. Also, James Gunn would try to get Batman DCU to come out in 2035. In other words, never. Yeah. Flash warnings. Just James in love. What's up? Thanks for joining us. Sup? They need to do a Batman Beyond and Spider Man 2099. Yeah, they do. I would love to see a Spider Man live action 2099. That would be amazing, honestly. I know what we saw in the animated one. That was cool, but I want to see live action. I want to see that too. Batman Beyond. Yeah, I think that's already overdue. One last film, I guess. Would I guess if you want to end but start a Batman Beyond would be, you know, yes, do Batman Beyond, bring Michael Keaton in it, you know, and do how they did with the Flash and his you know, I guess trilogy, if you want to say, I don't know. And then opening the doors to Batman Beyond. That would be amazing. That would be amazing, honestly. And it would be a good farewell to Michael Keaton once and for all, you know, as Batman and stuff like that. I think at this point, like he's given us everything that he could and stuff. And the studio is just, they're just stupid for not doing it and milking it, honestly. We on in James Gunn's best Batman is Adam West. Yeah. He-Man will attack Supergirl's box office. Yeah. Yeah, He-Man's actually gonna put a dent in Supergirl. So for sure, for sure. I guarantee you more people are gonna watch He-Man than they are Supergirl. I guarantee you, for sure. I can't wait to see what those numbers are gonna be at the box office. But this Masters of the Universe, yeah, people are more interested. Yeah, exactly. People are more interested than Supergirl. Big time, big time. And just for the hell of it, we need to watch Masters of the Universe. Jared Leto is there. I mean, that's our Joker from the DCEU and Snyderverse and Airverse. So I'm gonna go watch it just because, you know, I don't care what people are saying. Oh, it's Jared Leto. Yeah, he was an awesome Joker. And what? He's a good actor. He didn't do bad. That's, you know, what I want to go watch it for. James Gunn hates real directors. Yeah, James Gunn's not even a real director. He's straight up a wannabe. He-Man will slay Supergirl so hard that she'll beg to return to Game of Thrones. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even she's admitting she didn't even know how to play Supergirl. So that's what James Gunn and the DCU is bringing. They have no idea, but they're the ones that are in charge and they're the ones running this show. Complete mess. Complete mess. Can Warner Bros. Discovery film multiple DC films around the same month? Yeah, they can. They choose not to. That's all it is. They choose not to. And then of course schedules with actors, directors, actresses, you know, it could be very complicated, especially when you have a lot of people involved for one scene. Yeah, that's very difficult. Like it's just time. That's all it is. They got the money. It's just the time. Can everybody's schedule be available for the time? Master of the Universe looks just like Guardians of the Galaxy while it's closed. It's all right. The only part I got that was Guardians of the Galaxy was when they get into that little spaceship and it just like takes off. I was like, yeah, that was unnecessary. To me, I was like, yo, y'all could have done like a dimension or a portal or something. Like, to me, it was stupid. I was like, yo, that literally feels like James Gunn literally filled that scene, or like they copied that scene from James Gunn. I was like, damn man, why they got to do it like that? But yeah, that's the only part. But besides that, the trailer, I'm sold. I want to go see it. Did you hear the Transformers the news that it might be 5 movies? Yeah, I was hearing about that. I was. They got to work fast, like I told y'all. Hasbro, Paramount, they got to move fast. They got to get their shit together like ASAP. We're in 2026, 7, 8, 9. They got 3 more years. They got to wrap things up and come up with what the hell they're going to do, because if they don't come up with something by 2029, they lose all the rights to the movies and stuff like that. Not only that, but it's because they have a deal with Hasbro. I mean, is it with Hasbro or Paramount? I don't know. I don't know. I know I was reading something like that earlier, but the whole thing is that if they don't get their act together, they lose the license. So yeah, it's gonna be a pain for them. So yeah, they gotta hurry up and start putting these movies together and stuff like that. So I want to see what they're gonna start cooking, and they need to start announcing things officially. Like the same way a DC fandom had something, Hasbro should do the same thing with their streaming. With their what is it that they do? Their weekly podcast or whatever it is when they announce new figures or new stuff. That's what they need to take advantage and announce it. Hey, we're working on this. It's gonna be coming out soon. So they already said that they're not doing the Transformers one sequel to it. I mean, it is what it is. It was a flop, but the fans didn't show up to it. So yeah, they had to do that. They had to cancel it. So it is what it is. James Gunn doesn't get good writers. Person, he just wants her. Yeah, yeah, he just wants to get Christina Hudson. I wonder why. I never grew up on He Man, but I'll watch it over 100 times over anything Gunn does. Yeah, yeah. He Man is you have to see the cartoons. They're probably on YouTube. Just look around some episodes and stuff, and you'll get an idea what it's like and stuff like that. It's not like something very serious. Like, I mean, this is all just like fake. Like, obviously, they don't take it too serious, but we're gonna see what they're gonna do with in the live action. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna put out with that. Why is Zaslav fighting to protect James Gunn? Because they're buddy buddies. Who knows why, but they're buddy buddies. Matt Reeves fans are sad right now. Robert Pattinson Batman is not the DCU right now. Yeah, maybe some are. But then again, here's another thing too. Remember what I told you? Whenever James Gunn says no, it means the opposite. Remember when James Gunn was asked and he did the poll? Oh, does Superman and will Superman have trunks in the movie? This poll doesn't determine. And what happened? We got the trunks on Superman. So yeah, like at this point, screw James Gunn. He's a liar. So him by James Gunn saying, "Oh no, Robert Pattinson is not going to be the Batman of his DCU," while he's in power, he can make that happen. He could be like, you know what? Yeah, I lied, and then make it happen. So that's why, like I said, I don't believe a word that James Gunn says. So at this point, he's just straight up a liar. Again, I would feel like Masters of the Universe will be a flop at the box office. It's not gonna flop. It's gonna make some money. It's just not gonna make $1 billion, but it's gonna make some money for sure. The Flash can retcon James Gunn's DCU. Yeah, exactly. The same way that James Gunn wants to retcon stuff from the Snyderverse. Isn't that supposed to be his quote unquote friend? James Gunn. Oh, my friend Zack Snyder. Come on, he's just saying that. He's a liar. But yeah, Zack can do the same thing. He can retcon things, and it never happened. So yeah, jokes on James Gunn. Zack Snyder could also direct a Venom movie or a video game and cast his number one fan, Tyrone Magnus, to voice Venom, since he enjoyed playing the hell out of him in Spider-Man 2020. Spider-Man 2 on PS5. Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, that would be cool. I would like to see Tyrone do a voice for one of these villains and stuff. I see him doing like a Unicron or like some big bad villain. Like that would be amazing. He does have the voice for it and stuff like that. And yeah, Tyrone and Zach, apparently, I guess they are friends and stuff, or they talk. I'm not sure, but I know he's been on his channel and stuff. 2026 will be more money movie theaters. Yeah, yeah. Compared to 2025, yeah, they're gonna be making more money, and it's good. They need it. The industry needs it, and we need it. We just need good movies. Batman Beyond would make bank at the box office. Stupid company as usual. Yeah, yeah. That's just how WB is. We want masculinity and entertainment. Yeah, bring it back. Just make these characters. And talking about that real fast. Look, I don't know if y'all heard, but they're doing a Rambo reboot. I forgot the actor that they casted, and I'm like, oh hell no, this is already sounding bad. I was like, no, no, like what? Like leave it. Don't why they continue to reboot stuff? Like I'm so tired of reboots, honestly. Leto's a great Joker. Yeah, he is big time. I really love his Joker. His Skeletor is so dope. Yeah, he looks really, really awesome, honestly. Taking your kids to see Supergirl, they will say, "Hey, Dad, I thought you were taking us to see He-Man." Mad Max, what's up? Appreciate that. Thanks for joining us. Also, did you see the Master of the Universe toy line coming out in April? Hell yeah, hell yeah! I told y'all Mattel's gonna be cooking. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. Now that you said that, Raheem, look, the toy line from Mattel. This is Masters of the Universe. You see how good that looks? Oh, I'm getting chills. Wait till you see what they're gonna drop in 2027 for the collectors when it comes to DC. I'm telling you, man. I believe in Mattel. I know because I collect all of their Jurassic World and the Hammond collection. Yo, those things are on point with the details. And Mattel have been cooking lately. Those basic figures that they put out, people are bitching about it and saying, "Oh, those are the ones that are gonna be for collectors." No, man, those are for kids. Those are the 9.99. You can't compare that shit. The real deal ones drop in January 2027 because McFarlane still has the license and they extended his license to the end of this year. Mattel was so kind. Think about that. Mattel was supposed to come over in June, I think June or July, the summer this year, and that's why they're putting out the basic figures. So they're like, "Yo, all right, we'll let McFarlane enjoy the rest of this year, but come January 2027, day one, that's it. Mattel's taking 100% over, and I cannot wait." And the best part about that is that they're gonna be doing these basic ones that are 9.99. That's for like the kids and stuff, or whoever wants those. Cool for them, not for me. Those are 6 inch. It's just like when we got Batman versus Superman. We got the basic line. I don't know why people are complaining and confusing them. Now, when the collector's line came out at the time, they were 19.99. When we got DC Multiverse with Mattel back in the days, right? Now these Mattel Masters of the Universe, they're gonna be for collectors at $25. That's $10 cheaper, almost $15 cheaper than what McFarlane is putting them out. McFarlane is doing the deluxe line right now for like what, like 35, depends, 38. And it's like, yo, like that's crazy, like the Batman Returns line, like that's the most recent one that I got from them. They were like 30, I think it was like 34.99 with tax and everything comes out to like almost 37. And I'm like, yo, that's nuts. I can't wait. I can't wait for Mattel to come out again. And next year they're gonna be cooking. I know we're gonna be seeing in San Diego Comic Con this year a preview of what's to come because by then it's already 6 years into, I mean 6 months into the year, and then we'll be able to see all right what they're gonna be cooking out with their DC line next year. I'm telling you, they're gonna be bringing in that fire. I can't wait. I really can't wait. Where's the Marvel? What's up? What's up? Thanks for joining us. Let's see. DC characters rights are up soon too. Superman. Yep. Keeping an eye on him. Yep. 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 We're gonna see what's gonna happen with that. 2026 will be the post-pandemic box office year, thanks to Universal, not Disney. Yeah, we'll see what they cook. We'll see what both of them are gonna cook. But I'm telling you right now, don't sleep on Disney. I know you're against Disney and all that, but Disney's gonna make money with what do you call it? Avengers. They're gonna crush it, and with Spider-Man. So both Sony and them. Paramount, let's make a deal. Y'all give me a G.I. Joe crossover with Transformers. I'll never complain again. Yep, I agree with you. Make that happen already. I want to see that happen. Paramount CEO is too distracted by his ego right now, too focused on Transformers at the moment. He needs to hurry up and put out something with Transformers, honestly, because yeah, we're not getting anything anytime soon. So hopefully something is announced this year, but we'll see. We'll see what's up. Reeves and Gun fans are in the same boat. I can't stand them. Is He-Man live action WB? No, He-Man is from Mattel. And I think the one that's making, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's Paramount that's making. Yeah, I think it's Paramount that's making He-Man. I think I'm not sure. But Mattel owns He-Man. They're the ones that own it. They're the ones that make the toy line and stuff like that. So they don't have no license. They are the license themselves. So yeah, that's their IP. Paramount CEO needs to buy himself new eyebrows. Speaking of Jared Leto being Skeletor, Mark Hamill, number one Joker voice actor, voiced Skeletor recently. He-Man cartoons, and Leto played Joker 10 years ago. Yeah, both are awesome. Both are awesome. Let's see. Noah Centeno. Yeah, yeah, that dude. Noah Centeno. Adam Smasher from Black Adam. Oh, that was him? Oh, okay. I didn't recognize him. I was like, oh, okay. I had no idea. Honestly, I have no idea. But yeah, I don't think that's a good choice to pick as Rambo. Honestly, Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know how to feel about that, honestly. I'm going to say this loud and clear. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey will make $5 billion at the box office. All right, I'll be here waiting. Let's see if it doesn't make 5 billion. Just know that the internet is ready. So yeah, you better hope that does make 5 billion. I don't think it's gonna make 5 billion. It's gonna make some money, but I don't know about even if it'll make a billion. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, it is Christopher Nolan, but we'll see how the results come out at the box office. Master of the Universe is going to make bank. Yeah, they are going to make bank. People are getting more excited by the day. I've noticed that, especially now with the toys that just dropped. Like people are excited. They're like, "Yo!" Like people are believing. They're like, "Okay, I see Mattel's cooking." So yeah, I'm telling you, they're gonna be cooking. Once they get the DC line, I can't wait. And once they start putting out Snyderverse stuff, oh, that's it. Take my money. Take my money, Mattel. I don't give a damn. Take it. I just rewatched the Snyder Cut last night. It was just as beautiful as I remember. Restore Snyderverse. Yeah, great film. A phenomenal, a global phenomenon. Always remember that. Zack Snyder's Justice League was a global phenomenon. Not even the Avengers, not even Disney, not even their own people came out to say, oh, you know what? The Avengers was a global phenomenon. Nah, you had WB. And that right there makes WB with DC stand out more than what the hell Marvel's all about. When you have them finally acknowledge and say Zack Snyder's Justice League was a global phenomenon, yeah. Like I don't know why the hell they're not capitalizing and wanting to do more with it. Stupid WB. McFarlane Glazers is starting to bitch before the actual Marvel Legends DC gets announced. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like McFarlane, I do, but most of my stuff that I have in my collection before McFarlane was Mattel. So I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I have all the vehicles from from the movies and stuff like that. Besides Robert Pattinson, I don't collect that one. But besides that, I have everything from Mattel and stuff. From the movie lines and things, and they were nice. And what I like about another thing too that I want to say was with these figures for DC in 2027, they're gonna be 6.5. That's the same size as the Marvel Legends. That's what Marvel Legends be dropping. 6.5 figures. And I'm like, yo, that's not bad. That's actually good. So, I can't wait. I really can't wait. Let's see, Demencio, what's up? Have you seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Raphael test footage? Yeah, was that AI or is that like a real thing? Because I've seen that before, like people started talking about it. I know Tyrone Magnus was talking about it. I saw another channel, but I remember seeing something like that before that, and it was AI. So I'm not sure if it's AI or if it's fan made. I don't know, but it looks dope. It really looks good. That looks really really good. The old He-Man movie from the '80s flopped because Canon what was too budget lazy to feature Eternia, and they didn't have the technology for special effects. This upcoming movie will do great. Yeah, yeah. I mean, from the '80s to the '90s to now, I mean, technology has ramped up so much. So yeah, they're gonna make bank, and they deserve it. It's good for them. Avengers Doomsday will break box office records. Yeah, yeah, for sure they're gonna surpass $1 billion. For sure, for sure. Mattel next year or so, better freaking make Snyderverse, Arrowverse, Dark Knight trilogy, Deadpool, Lantern, Burton and Donner verse figure. Deadpool, I don't think so much, just because that's oh, Deadpool, Lantern. My bad, my bad. Burton and Donner figures. Yeah, I think they are. I think that they're gonna be capitalizing on everything. I think Mattel got the license for the next 7 years. So yeah, they're gonna be milking that. Yeah, that's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts. Would y'all want to see Old Man He-Man in a future movie? Hell yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I would not. I would not mind that. Superman will become public domain 8 years from now. Yeah, yeah. WB better get their act together. Let's see. Dolph could have a cameo as King Grayskull and He-Man. Yeah, who knows? Who knows what they're gonna put? They might. They might. And talking about Grayskull, they also showed Mattel the picture. I guess they have the Grayskull that's gonna be. I think it's a playset that's coming. So yeah, it looks pretty dope. It looks pretty dope. Adam Smasher, the DC Scott Lang. The DC Scott Lang. 8 years. Okay, so 8 years. We know that Disney's live action remake of Moana will still flop very badly. Oh man, no, you don't like them. That one entangled, I know. Oh, it's fan made. Okay, so yeah, the turtle thing was fan made. Yo, there's so much talent out there with fans that I'm like, wow, like, why aren't these studios hiring them? I'm like, yo, put them on your payroll. Just bring them on board. They got the right mind. And then I'm like, they have the right mind. They have the software. They have the programs to do this technology. Yo, why are we not hiring them? I'm like, what the hell? It's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like there's so much talent out there, and All they gotta do is just bring in the voice actors, yo, do some motion capture, and that's it. Like you got something solid. People are already talking about that, and that's fan made. But then when you try to do something like, for example, my situation, real quick, the other day when I was playing Batman Arkham Knight, before that I've played it before in the past, and I've gotten copyright strikes from WB just because certain musics, and I'm like, yo, come on, man, like for real, like y'all gonna do that? They just want to try to capitalize. That's what it is. And that one time that I used that little quick image, I mean the little clip of Darkseid when he like grabs dirt from the floor when he jumps off of the thing from the Snyder cut, they hit me with a copyright strike. I'm like, come on, man. When it's convenient, then they do it. But then when they have people like making like fan films and all that stuff, they don't do nothing with it, and they don't even hire the people. I'm like, yo, come on, man. Like you literally have fans that are willing to make this, and nothing comes from it. But then a simple small YouTuber like me comes, use a little footage, like probably 3 seconds, oh, hit him with a copyright strike. You get what I'm saying? So it's like it just shows you. It shows you the bullshit that's out here and how things sometimes unfortunately how they run and stuff like that. Let's see. All right, Dolph should make a. He should be He-Man's father. Yeah, they could do something like that too. Who knows? That would be a nice little like cameo for him and Easter egg. Just because and things that would be nice. Just everybody remember, I still want my refund after Gunverse reboot. Yeah, yeah, I still want my damn refund from 28 years later. That movie is flopping at the box office, and I am glad. Like Joker said, you freaking get what you freaking deserve. Finally, finally, screw that movie. I hope the third one doesn't get made. Screw that movie. I still want my damn refund, yo. Straight up. And when James Gunn's shitty movies come out after this whole reboot, we all want our refunds. I feel bad for everybody that's been spending so much money on it, but it is what it is. Zack Snyder needs to talk to that guy. That's what I said when I saw it. Yeah, yeah, they need to. They need to, and especially when you have these people like they're good at what they're doing. It's like, damn, like what? And I'm sure it was probably made like on with some AI and Unreal Engine. So I mean the tools are out there. And the fresh imagination, but the studios just don't. The studios have too much pride. That's what it is. Bro tries to listen Peak Hans Zimmer or Junkie XL. WB tries to cancel. Yep, yep. That's how it is. That's how it is. it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I want my refund for Justice League. Yeah, yeah, we all do. Honestly, man, it's like the hell, man. These studios playing with our money like that. I want a refund on the Fantastic Four. You're glad it flopped big time. The sequel gets made. I'll close my wallet. I mean, yeah, it's simple as that. I mean, what can we do? That's how I'm doing with James Gunn's trash right now. So I didn't watch season 2 of Peacemaker just to do a review. I didn't have to watch it to tell y'all, hey, don't watch it. I know it's garbage. I'm not gonna watch it to tell you don't watch it. It's like, I know some channels they're like, oh, I'm gonna go watch it because I'm a review channel and have to get footage and talk about it and content. Nah, I could tell you that shit's bad. It's gonna be bad. That's what it is. Supergirl. I don't need to spend my money. I don't need to spend my time. I don't need to spend my gas, and I don't need to go and sit and watch the whole movie to tell y'all that movie is garbage. No, the trailer's telling me already. We already have a little summary. James Gunn, he's the one that's running DC Studios, and everything he's putting out is trash. That's like I'm just not gonna go and waste my money, honestly. Let's see. You want a refund the Fantastic Four? Okay. I watched it like 5 times. It's real good. Which one? Which one did you see? You talking about the TMNT thing, or which one you talking about? You want your refund from the Flash? Yeah. Oh man, will Hudson make Batman into a flamboyant fashion designer? Most likely. Most likely. I mean, Birds of Prey was kind of like it, so yeah. I mean, Birds of Prey was so trash. Like that movie was so garbage, man. Just make the I still want my refund T-shirt, and I'll buy one. Just make it so it comes to Australia. You know what? Now that you told me that, I'm gonna go look at some stuff this weekend. I do have the machine to make the t-shirts and stuff like that, so I'm probably gonna go see how much it costs to get some of not decals, but damn, what do you call it? The transfer material, whatever. And I'll probably do one. I'll see if I test a shirt or something and Probably put it out. If I see this is good, then hell yeah, I'll start putting the freaking I want my refund. Imagine that. Super drunk is going to tank hard. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna go down bad. James Gunn, the trash man gun. Yeah, pretty much just bringing out trash. That's all he does. Gunn made Millie Alcott look like the guy who plays Adam Warlock with the blonde wig. Yeah, I forget his name, man. That's yeah, I've been seeing that all over the internet, man. That's pretty funny though. The Raphael test footage. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. Yeah, man. I seen the pictures of that from Millie with that dude that plays Adam Warlock. Yeah, man. It sucks for both of them. Like, yeah, man. That's the internet goes hard, man. The internet is diabolical. Like everybody's saying, yeah, that's pretty messed up. But yeah, it's true though. I paid top dollar for Zack Snyder to make TMNT. Yeah, I would love to see that. I really would love to see that. A whole dark, R-rated, Last Ronin type of style. That would be dope. That would really be dope to see that. I can only imagine the turtles going at it, and the slow motion shots. Shredder somewhere in there, just man kicking ass. Yeah, that would be awesome. That really would be dope. Pedro, what's up? Thanks for joining us. Also, that's another thing too. Talking about turtles. Now that we're on the topic, real quick, what I give for Paramount to make just one last final movie, just one movie. That's all we need for that last live action TMNT. I know it wasn't Michael Bay. I know he was, I think, a producer or something on it. But I want to see what happens because Krang comes to Earth. Shredder. I think he got stuck in the dimension that he went into and stuff like that. I want to see. I just want to see one last film, and that's it. Like that's it. I won't ever ask about it anymore because we already got two films. And they're good. I like both of them. The music is on point. It's a solid movie. At first, I didn't like the designs for the turtles, but then it grew on me. Just like Jared Leto at the beginning when I saw Jared Leto as Joker, when David Ayer casted him, I wasn't feeling him, and I've said this multiple times. I just wasn't feeling him. I was like, yo, he looks too like a pretty boy. He looks like a prick, and I was like, but that's what this Joker is. And then when I started seeing more and more, I was like, okay, he grew on me, and that's the same thing how I feel about these turtles. I'm like, it just grew on me. I'm like, yo, like they grew on me so much that I ended up buying both of the Blu-rays of the movies, and I was like, "Yo, I want a third one." And then when you hear the song like "Knock Knock, gonna get your shell shock," whatever, and I'm like, "Duh, that's pretty dope." It's like, come on, man, why did not continue with this? It's like it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't when it comes to these studios and stuff. Let's see. What is it? Jake's man was supposed to be doing the last run, and I don't know what happened with that. Honestly, I don't know if they ended up canceling it. I think because now Paramount wants to do a more like how they said Marvel happier type of a turtle live action. I don't know. Not everything should be like that. I think. I don't know, man. And I know Walter Hamada was behind it too. He was gonna be a producer on it. I don't know that changed. I don't know that's still gonna continue. I have no idea, honestly. I would definitely pay top dollar for Zack Snyder to do a TMNT movie. I already lost your respect for Paramount for canceling Star Trek 4 and The Last Ronin from 2 months ago. I understand. That's understandable. Joker's Leto makeup in the Snyder cut was perfect. Snyder took Joker Ledger homage. Yeah. Yeah, I like what he did with it. Really, really like with it. I'm still mad that Paramount canceled the last Ronin movie from the TMNT. Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. Honestly, they just want to go a more friendlier, I guess, route. They want to be like the MCU, and that's what they're doing with Sonic now. But for Sonic, it works. Just because I guess it's Sonic, so it's more family friendly, if you want to say. Walter Hamada works for the 3 Foot Club. For the Foot Club. The turtles are very violent on the comics, though. Yeah, yeah. The first comic is extremely violent, very very violent. But again, I guess because Nickelodeon. But then again, Paramount owns, I think, Nickelodeon, so it's the same company. Yeah. Let's see. What are the odds that Robin and Batgirl maybe will be perfect, but Batman be an old man that can't do jack shit, and Batman the what? Batman. What is it? I'm not even thinking right now. Yeah. I mean, who knows? Who knows? And of course, knowing what the hell James Gunn's gonna put out, just expect to have a lot of silliness in it. Like that's why, like I said, I don't really have high expectations for what the hell James Gunn's gonna put out with Batman. I think this is the lowest point that DC has gone to. Like I thought Joe Schumacher was bad when it came to like Batman and Robin, but looking at it now, I'm like, yo, I think that's gonna be a lot better compared to what the hell James Gunn is putting out, just because of what we've already seen with Superman 2025. That's got to be the worst Superman movie of all time. Like it's really really bad. Like it's cringe. Like I watched it when I watched it, I was like, man, this is stupid. I was like, damn. Like how did this get approved? But that's them. Walter Hamada is the shredder of Paramount. Yeah. DCU Batman Brave and the Bold. Yeah, I don't not interested in that crap, honestly. Gunn hasn't made a profit at DC since he started with the Suicide Squad. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Mad Max. He has not made money for the studio. All he's been doing is costing them money. And that's why to me it just the math doesn't add up. It just doesn't. The numbers don't add up. How the hell you're gonna tell me that James Gunn is cooking? He's cooking what? He's not cooking. He's not making the money. And I'm like, but yet this bozo, he gets to do more movies. The Suicide Squad was the biggest flop of them all. And then we get, Creature Commandos. That shit was bad. And I'm just talking about what James Gunn has put out. Then we got Peacemaker season 1. Not enough people tuned in. People tuned in, but just not enough. And then what we got after that, his Superman, that did terrible at the box office, and then we got season 2 of Peacemaker, and that was worse than the first one. So instead of numbers going up, they just keep on going down, 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 down. And I'm like, who's keeping track of these statistics? Like, let's be real. If you know something is not working and things are bad, aren't you gonna stop it? You're gonna put a stop to it. And it looks like, yo, what the hell? You're gonna extend James Gunn's contract for another few months? Why? Like, dude is not making you money. He's costing you money. The Flash didn't make money, and that's under the leadership of James Gunn. Joker 2 didn't make the money, and it's like, and then when Penguin did numbers, on the streaming service, then James Gunn wants to come out. Oh, like, oh, you want to take credit for that, huh? Such a clown, such a clown. But then he's so desperate that he has to use, along with DC, oh, from the director of Guardians of the Galaxy comes Superman. Yo, why couldn't you put from the director of The Suicide Squad, James Gunn? No, because they know that shit was bad. They know it. So they won't acknowledge that, but then they want to pick and choose. Loving to ride Marvel. That's how DC, that's how they are. Like they love to ride that Marvel wave. And it's like, dude, it doesn't work. By now, it's like accepted, it just doesn't work. Let's see. All right, Gunn will make Batman gay, an idiot with daddy issues. Who cares? Probably he's probably gonna bring in that colorful Batman. He probably might. The Suicide Squad lost 2 million, 200 million. Damn, 200 million, man. 200 million. Think about that. And imagine what the Flush lost. When you add all these movies up, they just get worse. It's like there's no profit. There, like people say, the math isn't adding up. And it's not. The math is not adding up. With James Gunn, is like 1 plus 1 equals 5. No, it doesn't. Oh yeah, it does because it's James Gunn. That's how his movies are. That movie tanked. The next one tanked worse. Oh, but they're winning. They're cooking. That's why to me it makes me laugh when all these James Gunn shows come out and try to defend them and be like, "Oh yeah, James Gunn's cooking." What he's cooking? He ain't cooking anything. It's like, let's be real. He's not cooking anything. There's a rumor that the Schumacher cut is supposed to be released for DC. I hope so. We've been hearing that for a while, but nothing has happened with that yet. And then when they were supposed to, let's not forget, something was supposed to happen. I think like a few months ago in 2025, but that was with the fans. That wasn't official with WB. That's why WB shut them down. They gave them a cease and desist, and they had to cancel whatever event they were trying to do and stuff like that. But I can't be mad at WB for doing that. That's their IP. And sometimes when fans take things into their hands, thinking that they own the IP, you got to remember there's legal issues, and that's what it comes down to with this point. It's if it's legal and you don't have the rights and you don't have the permits for it, don't even mess around with it. Just don't. These studios don't play with that, and they have every right. As much as I dislike WB and like I talk smack about them, it's in every right for them to protect their IP. That's just like me. I have to protect my IP too, my character. Rebel Defenders and stuff like that. Like like people could talk all they want from it, but if they're trying to cash in and bootleg it and try and do events and try to capitalize, you have to take legal action. And that's the same thing what WB did. WB was like, yo, we're gonna give you a cease and desist, and those that's a warning telling you, hey, F around and find out. You don't want to take it to the court. You just don't. So, unfortunately that happened, but I guess we just have to keep on fighting for it until we get it. But I don't see a big demand for it like that. Like it really doesn't trend as much as like when we fight for the Snyderverse stuff. But that doesn't mean don't stop. That means we just have to go stronger for it. That's all. I'm not interested in DCU's The Brave and the Bold. Yeah, neither am I. Didn't Superman lose 42 million? Yeah, pretty much. It lost a lot of money for them. Who gives a crap about Peacemaker? He's only popular because John Cena. Yeah, that's the only reason. Superman lost more than 42 million. In due time, we'll find out. Yeah, they're trying to hide it. They're trying to hide it. Bat B, short for Brave and the Bold. Oh, okay, okay. WB is what won't fully reveal how much they lost in Superman 2025. Yeah, they're trying to hide that. They're trying so hard, and they're doing a good job at trying to hide that. So, but in due time, we're gonna find out. Who wishes DOJ declines Netflix to proceed the to WB. Yeah, if the Department of Justice declines, it's over. It's over. But we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. I think they're gonna keep on dragging this whole thing. um, I don't see Paramount make another offer yet, but that doesn't stop them. But then again, David Zaslav keeps on rejecting it. So what's the point of even making offers? If he's gonna keep on declining, $108 billion, and you keep on declining it, yeah, you got to be a fool to decline that. Don't get me started on the Flash put the studio in debt. Yeah, yeah, that's right. The Flash put the studio in debt big time. Flush was trying to copy No Way Home nostalgia. Yeah, big time with Batman. They had the opportunity. They could have, but they just didn't do it right. Creepy Commandos came and went with low viewing figures and sold to YouTube. WTF? Even when they put it on YouTube, I think it got like probably less than 600 views, and they took it down. They were like, "Nah, hell no, nobody's watching it. Not even for free. Not even for free." That tells you everything. I didn't see the free episode of Creature Commandos. Ouch. Yeah, then it wasn't important. You didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything. Yeah, Creepy Commandos is the only other DC project that Gunn cries for. Yet that crap is getting a season two. Apparently, that's gonna get a season two soon. So, yeah, that's James Gunn. That's James Gunn. Bootleg like Robert Kirkman's incapable. Oh man. And by the way, Paramount is not going any higher than 108. Yeah, I don't think so. I agree with you, Jeremy. I think it would be foolish to say, "Hey, we want to offer $120 billion." Nah, hell no. Hell no. WB ain't worth that much now. Hell no. Hell no. They're not even bringing money themselves. If WB was so good, like with their IPs, which they're more in debt, that's why I kind of feel bad for Netflix if they do acquire them. Because it's like, yo, Netflix stocks have been going down ever since they quote unquote, did this deal with WB. And it's still not even 100% complete. So, yeah, I don't. Nah, I wouldn't be happy. I'd be like, hell no, that shit is just bringing our company down too. It's like you absorb the debt, you gotta absorb everything that comes with it, and they're gonna have to learn the hard way, unfortunately, and they're feeling it. They're feeling it. What the heck has gotten to James Gunn already? Yeah, yeah, nothing. I mean, I don't know, man. James Gunn, he's the big problem. He's the big problem here, unfortunately. Like nothing against him. It's just his piss poor leadership at WB as DC Studios CEO. It's like how the hell this guy is so incompetent? Like he's not worthy to run DC Studios, but yet this bozo keeps on getting checks, and they're not little small checks. They're like over $100 million. I'm like, what? Like, dude, no wonder you guys are in debt. By now you're probably like already in $1 billion debt. Like, yeah, it adds up. It adds up. Uh, where's Universal to offer already? Waiting till Odyssey comes out. I don't know, man. Universal has been quiet. They've been quiet for a while now, man. I have no idea. I have no idea what the hell's happening with Universal. Like I really don't know. I don't even know if they're still interested. At this point, I don't know. I don't even know what to think anymore with them. If Netflix and Warner Brothers acquisition fails, Universal will buy them. That would be nice. That would be nice, honestly. Between Universal and Paramount, I would prefer Universal just because it would be better for business. They have theme parks, they have their streaming service. I mean, they cater to people in the sense of customers, not just agendas and stuff like that. They actually care about the consumer when it comes to quality. I know we talk a lot of crap. I get some people might talk a lot of smack about the Fast and the Furious, and I use them as an example because look, the Fast and the Furious, and I'll repeat myself like straight up a broken record. The Fast and the Furious is no longer about cars. It's about how silly and entertaining it can be. How much can we entertain the people with this IP already? Look at that. It's not even called the Fast and the Furious. It's just called the Fast Saga, Fast X, Fast 11, whatever the hell they want to keep shortening the name. The point is that it's what is it? 10 movies already. That's like the longest freaking franchise that's been around. That's nuts. And the universe continues like within their movies and stuff, within that cinematic universe. So I give them props. I'm like, yo, like, who cares at this point? I'm like, they could do something much more silly in the next one. I don't care. They could throw a submarine in space and that shit just transforms in space. I don't care at this point. I'll be like, I don't care. It's the fast, like they could be up in space breathing without helmets, and I'll be like, yo, it doesn't matter, like this movie just it doesn't matter anymore. It's not about the Fast and the Furious. It's about how silly it can be and how entertaining it can get. It's like it left off at the end when the plane goes down. So we're like, damn, what happened to everybody? We know they're not gonna take them out. That's just to build suspense. So when the next movie comes out, everybody's like, yo, I want to pick up where it left off. That it's like a marketing thing. They know what they're doing. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna put out with the next one. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what's up with what is it, Comcast? They've been too quiet. Odyssey's getting released July 17. Can't wait. Can't wait. When does Supergirl come out? Isn't it in July also? They're gonna be around the same time, more or less, right? I think so. I'm not too sure with that. Fast Saga went from racing to superhero movie. Superhero without the actual abilities. That's nuts. Like when you watch that movie, the last one, when they were on the bridge and you had John Cena, you had The Rock, you had all these actors and stuff. I was like, yo, I literally turned around to my girlfriend and I said, close your eyes and hear them all talk, and you're gonna hear literally Peacemaker, Black Adam, all these characters from DC and Marvel, and I'm like, yo, that's all I hear and that's all I see. And I was like, where's Ben Affleck? Where's Henry Cavill? Like that's all we're missing. And I'm like, yo, but that just shows you that that's how like they've made an impact within the superhero genre, and they've been towards these characters and stuff. Like I said, nothing against John Cena. I don't have anything against him. He's cool as Peacemaker. He plays the role and stuff like that. But the way that James Gunn directs him is it's like it's straight trash. But I personally would love to see Ben Affleck's Batman go up against John Cena. His freaking Peacemaker. I would love to see that. Like I would love to see that take place, but not under James Gunn. Hell nah. It's like no, because James Gunn, we already know what he's about and stuff like that. I would love to see what Zack Snyder could do with those two characters. Hell, I would even love to see what David Ayer can do with them, just to see, yo, like what could be, just when it comes to that stuff and things, it would be much more interesting. Let's see. Did y'all realize that Warner Brothers won 2010 box office, securing the top spot in both domestic total worldwide and its international box office grosses, fueled by hits and Inception, Harry Potter, and Death Hollows Part 1, The Clash of Titans. Yeah, that's when WB was still good. That's when they were good. Oh, Supergirl 626. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're trying to capitalize on that whole 626 2026. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that movie's still gonna tank though. It's just Avengers with fast cars. Yeah, pretty much. That's what that's become, the fast. Done by Zach. Yeah, I would love to see that done by Zach. Honestly, anybody besides James Gunn, I think at this point would be good. Just because I think just because. Where's Batfleck and Henry Cavill? Careful, you're going to give Universal ideas for Fast 13. You imagine that? That would be hilarious, man. That would be that would be nuts at the same time. You imagine all of a sudden freaking Henry Cavill comes out and it's like like a little like rip off scene of uh I forgot the character's name of The Rock. What's the character's name? Whatever his name is. And then he just tells like saying to Black Adam, "Hey, we need to talk." They do something like that. Oh, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious, man. Like straight up. Yeah, and then at the end, they all got to sit down and have dinner as a family and talk about family, you know. So yeah, that would be funny. But I think it would be fun. I think it would be fun just for the hell of it and stuff. Gunn made Cena do a bisexual orgy with flaccid penis dangling near his face. Yeah, that's what James Gunn does. That's exactly what he's gonna do. I can only imagine how he's gonna ruin Batman. That's gonna be okay. Hobbs. There you go. Yeah, I forgot Hobbs. You imagine? And I don't know whoever the hell they give Henry Cavill his whatever character they give him. I don't know. Just whatever. And him talking, and then he just tells Hobbs, we need to talk. You know, like something like that, like something within the racing world. You know, I've been hearing your racing numbers or whatever. I don't know however they talk and stuff. And then it's just like a little rip off scene of that. I'll be like, oh hell no, they actually did it. Like that would be hilarious. That would be. I want to see that in the next Fast and the Furious, man. You know what? We should start tagging the Universal and be like, yo, add to the Fast and the Furious 11 Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck. Yo, that would be nuts. That would be freaking insane. Um, let's see. Happy Friday. Yeah. Happy Friday to everybody. Yes, sir. You know it. Gun is 100% the Trojan horse from Disney. Yep. Remember I told you. I said that since day one. I was like, yo, that's not gonna be good. And I remember when I was making those videos, it was like what, like over like I think like 4 years ago, something like that. And I was like, yo, this is not gonna be good. And some people were like, nah, CS, you don't know what you're talking about. Just give him a chance. All right. All right. Look at where we are right now. From bad to worse. That's exactly what it's gone to. Batman gonna be protesting ICE. Yeah, man, I saw that picture with or it was a video. Somebody dressed up as Batman. Oh man, it's just people just take it out of control, man. Like ruining stuff, man. That's why like I don't like to associate nothing like of what's going on in the real world with whatever's going on with politics, just because of that. You know, it's like it just gives it a bad rep to me. You know, like man, that to me is like silly and stuff. And gonna label the anti woke people. Yeah, as these freaking those crazies in Earth X. Yeah, exactly. That's what he was pushing. Also, Bob Iger is a Trojan horse too. Yeah, I agree with you. It's Saturday, 11:27 a.m. Oh, that's right. I forget you're down under. So over there, yeah, in Australia, you guys are like a day ahead and stuff like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. You guys are already on what 11 over here's barely 8:28 where I'm at right now. So yeah, I'm on the East Coast. Barely still waiting for the next day. Enjoying the weekend. Make sure you enjoy your weekend. Gun is woke. Yeah, that's why I think he's protecting and trying to defend. What's her name? Christina Hudson, because she pushes that whole woke agenda. And we saw it with Birds of Prey. You know, that's what he's trying to completely push and stuff like that. I can only imagine what he's gonna push with Brave and the Bold. That Batman is one of the hockey pads guy. Oh man, yeah. Some people are on the West Coast too, so yeah, man. But it is what it is, my friends. But yeah, man. With that being said, I'm gonna let y'all go. Make sure to enjoy your weekend. I'll be back sometime tomorrow and probably Sunday again. So you know, I'm just gonna go chill right now. Probably watch a movie, play some video games and stuff like that. But I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. You're not wearing hockey pads. Birds of crap. Never heard to protect my mind. Yeah. All right, man. Max, Recon. Appreciate y'all. Peace out, my friends. Till next time.